Do. Yes, mighty companions, welcome to the way of mastery. Welcome to the way of mastery. Welcome to the way of mastery. I'm Earl Purdy, and I'm glad to be with you. Welcome to the way of mastery. We're going to go deep into the metaphysical truth. We're going to go deep. We're going to go deep into the spiritual truth. Do you want prosperity? Do you want abundance? Do you want joy? Do you want happiness? Do you want love? It comes from the way of mastery. We're going to cover a section in the way of mastery that's called Seize the Opportunity. Seize the opportunity to discipline the mind. Seize the opportunity to discipline the mind. That's what we're going to be covering and talking about. Seize the opportunity and discipline the mind in the way of mastery. That's what we're going to be covering. We're going to be covering seize the opportunity and how to discipline the mind. I'm getting everything set up now. The way of mastery. On page 248, 248, 248, 248 in the way of mastery. We're going to be on page 248 in lesson 20. In lesson 20, the vigilance for the kingdom is lesson 20. We're going to be on page 248. 248, seize the opportunity to discipline the mind. Seize the opportunity to discipline the mind. Remember, these are the guidelines. These are the guidelines. You need not believe the ideas. You need not believe the ideas. You need not accept the ideas. You need not accept the ideas. You need not even welcome the ideas. You need not even welcome the ideas. Some of the ideas you may actively resist. Some of the ideas you may actively resist. Some of the ideas you will find hard to believe, and some of the ideas you will find quite startling. But guess what? You are not asked to judge the ideas at all. You are not asked to analyze the ideas at all. You are not asked to analyze the ideas at all. Their use will give the ideas meaning to you and will show you that the ideas are true. Their use will give the ideas meaning to you and will show you that the use of the ideas will give the ideas meaning to you and will show you that the ideas are true. I say the use of the ideas will give the ideas meaning to you and will show you that the ideas are true. We're going to be on page 248. In the way of mastery, in the way of transformation. Vigilance for the kingdom. Here we go. Let's go through it. Welcome, mighty companions. I'm so glad to have you all here, the tribe. I'm glad to have you here. I want to welcome you to the way of mastery. We know that we like to make sure we are hearing the instructions. And as we go through it, we're going to do what it says. The first paragraph says, the mind is still identified with the realm of illusion until you decide to seize time. Now, the realm of illusion is where we are right now. You're going to be still identified with this world that we appear to be in right now. Until you decide to seize time, you will still be identified with the realm of illusion until you decide to seize time. What does that mean? What does that mean to seize time? What does that mean to seize time? It means recognizing its great gift to you. It means recognizing its great gift to you. That's what recognizing and seizing time. You have to recognize time's great gift to you and recognize it not as a punishment, not as a duty, but as an opportunity to become wholly free. So seizing time is seeing time as an opportunity to become totally free. So what do? I'm going to use time, but I'm going to use it as an opportunity. You must use time, but use it as an opportunity. Use time as an opportunity to become totally free. You've got to use time to become completely free now. It's time to use time to become completely free now. And to smile. Use time to smile. Use time to smile within your heart, because you know that you are one with God. Say that to yourself right now. I am one with God. Say it. I am one with God. I am one with God. You are one with God. I am one with God. We are one with God. I am one with God. You are one with God. We are one with God. I am one with God. You are one with God. We are one with God. We are one with God. Claim it. We are one with God. That means love. We are one with love. We are one with love. We are one with God. You are one with love. You are one with God. We have to seize an opportunity to become totally free. If you want to get past the world and all of its fear and all of its lack, you have to seize time. And the way that you seize time is to recognize that time is a gift to you, because time is giving you an opportunity to become totally free. Time is giving you an opportunity to smile within your heart. Time is giving you the opportunity to know that you are one with God. So time is giving you an opportunity to become totally free. You have to seize time. You're seizing it when you use it as an opportunity to become totally free. And that's what you're doing right now, just by joining with me, Earl Purdy. Don't forget to share this video and like and follow the Earl Purdy page on Facebook, because that's how you will be able to tap into these broadcasts. So what is it that we're being asked to do? Well, you're being asked to decide to seize the opportunity to discipline the mind. So how do you know when you're disciplining the mind? Well, he says, so that your mind comes to be identified with the stream of the Christ mind, the love mind, the true mind. So let me hear that again. You got to decide to seize the opportunity to discipline the mind. Why do you want to discipline your mind? You want to discipline your mind so that your mind can come to be identified with the true mind, the love mind, the Christ mind. That's a mind that whispers like a quiet voice. That's the part of the mind that is the love part of your mind, the part that whispers like a quiet voice underneath the roar and din of the ego's conflicted world. The ego is the fearful, separated part of the mind. The ego is the part of us that thinks it is a separate being from everyone else, that experiences fear and guilt and lack and sickness and attack, broken into by periods in which it looks like it's having a good time. So the ego is the part of us that produces the conflicted world that we seem to live in. Because the world of the ego, the world of a mind that thinks it's separate, the kind of world that a mind lives in that thinks it's separate is a world that's filled with fear, a world that's filled with doubt, a world that's filled with judgment, a world that's filled with the need to be right, a world that's filled with the need to make others wrong, and the need to believe that there is some power source outside of itself. So how can you tell if you're operating from your ego? How can you tell if someone else is operating from their ego? How can you tell if someone else is working from the ego? How can you tell, my dear companions, if someone else is operating from the ego? If a person is operating from the ego, will there be fear? Yes. If a person is operating from doubt, they're in their ego, fearful mind. If a person is full of judgment, then you know they're operating from their ego mind. If a person is acting from the need to be right, if a person is acting from the need to be right, they're in their ego, fearful mind. If a person is acting from the need to make others wrong, if a person is acting from the need to make someone else wrong, if someone is in their ego, they're acting from the need to believe that there is some power source outside of itself. Do you believe there's a power source outside of yourself? Do you believe that all the power is outside of yourself? If you believe that the power is outside of yourself, it means that you're listening to your ego mind. If you believe the power is outside of you, you're acting from the ego mind. If you believe that power is outside of you, the power isn't outside of you. The power is inside of you. Do you know that you will never complain about a moment of experience in which you have the power to desire differently? When you wake up, when you awaken, it says when you awaken and realize that the truth is true always. So how can you tell when you've awakened? You will have awakened when you realize that the truth is true always. Then you will never ever complain about a moment of experience. So you will absolutely not be complaining when you realize the truth. Because when you realize the truth, that's when you are awake. So a person that is awake is a person that never ever complains about a moment of experience, because they know that they have the power to desire differently. So when you stop complaining, you will know that you are finally beginning to realize the truth. You will know that you have awakened when you stop complaining. Because when you stop complaining, it will be because you know you have the power to desire something totally different from what you are experiencing. For as you desire, you will perceive. As you desire, you will perceive. You will perceive as you desire. You will see things the way you desire to see things. A person sees things the way that they desire to see things. So as you perceive, you will experience as you perceive. See, those two sentences are both universal laws. As you desire, you will perceive as you desire. You will perceive as you desire. And as you perceive, you will experience as you perceive. So does that mean that you're seeing what you desire? Even if you don't believe it, you're seeing what you desire to see. Even if you don't realize it, you are seeing what you desire to see. And if what you're seeing is something that you don't like, then it means you have some unconscious desires that you don't know about, that you need to let go of. Because you will perceive as you desire. You will perceive as you desire. And as you perceive, you will experience as you perceive. What does that mean? As you see, you will experience the way that you see things. That's what you're going to experience. The way that you see things, as you perceive, you will experience. Do you want to know the whole game? Would you like to know what the whole game is? Would you like to know what the whole game is? I'm going to tell you right now what the whole game is. I'm going to tell you right now. The whole game is simply this. Do you want to hear it? If you want to hear it, send a few hearts out to me. Do you want to hear what the game is? Do you want to remember what the game is? Do you want to know what the game is? Send me some hearts. Let me feel some hearts. Let me feel some love. Let me see some love from my mighty companions. Let's give each other some love. Let's send out some hearts to each other right now. The whole game is simply this. Send out a few heart emojis. Let's send some love to each other. Let's not just be intellectual. Let's open our hearts to each other. And right now, you are totally free. Right here and right now. You are totally free. Right here and right now. I am totally free. And right here and right now, I am totally free. Right here and right now. Say to yourself, I am totally free. Right here and right now, I am totally free. Right here and right now, you are totally free. Right here and right now, you are totally free. Right here and right now, say it with me. I am totally free. Right here and right now, I am totally free. What? Right here and right now. You cannot do anything to become free. You can't do anything to become free. A person cannot do anything to become free. You can only remember your freedom. How do you remember your freedom? By how you choose to use the mind in any moment. That's how you can only remember your freedom, by how you choose to use the mind in any moment. So here is the game. Here's the whole game. We're right here in the Way of Mastery, in paragraph 3 on page 248. See, I like to use music and rhythm because whether you know it or not, music helps things go right into your mind, right into your soul, right into your being. It keeps the truth from just being an intellectual exercise. And I know that the Holy Spirit, the higher power, will send those people to me who need to hear it just the way it comes through me. And I know that my style and my way of doing things, it's not for everybody, but it's for those who it is for. And it's for those who appreciate it, who want to have a way to remember this energy and keep their energy up and keep your energy up. So the whole game is simply this. You are totally free. You are totally free. Right here and right now. Right here and right now. You cannot do anything to become free. You cannot do anything to become free. You can only remember your freedom. You can only remember your freedom by how you choose to use the mind in any moment. You can only remember your freedom. You can only remember your freedom by how you choose to use the mind in any moment. You can only remember your freedom. You can only remember your freedom by how you choose to use the mind in any moment. Time is an illusion. Time is an illusion. Time is an illusion. Time is a false idea. Time is a false idea. But you have to seize time. You have to seize time. You have to use time as an opportunity. Use time as an opportunity. Use time as an opportunity to become totally free. And that's what you're doing by choosing to tune into the way of mastery. Don't you know that you are using your time? You're using time right now. And you're using time as an opportunity. You're using time as an opportunity. You're using time as an opportunity to become free. The whole game is knowing that you are totally free right here and right now. There's nothing you can do to become free. You can only remember that you are free by how you choose to use your mind in any moment. But time is an illusion. That means that the things that pass by, the phenomena of space and time, are just shadows that you have interpreted in a certain way. So what is space and time? The way of mastery said the things that pass, the phenomena of being in space, the phenomena of being in time, are just shadows that you have interpreted in a certain way. What does that mean? It means there is no gain. There is no loss. There's nothing to fear. The world can add nothing to you, and the world cannot take anything away from you. Do you know that the world can add nothing to you, and the world can take nothing away from you? You are merely here in this temporary classroom. Would you consider the fact that you're in a temporary classroom? The world is a temporary classroom. 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 The world is a what? Who knows what the world is? Who will type what the world is? The world is a temporary classroom. What is the world? The world is a temporary classroom. The world is a temporary classroom. The world is a temporary classroom with an opportunity to do what any master in any dimension can do. You have the opportunity to do what any master in any dimension can do. Do you know why you have the opportunity to do what any master in any dimension can do? Do you know why you have an opportunity to do what any master in any dimension can do? For Yeshua, Jesus, Yeshua, says, you hold the same power as I do. That means you hold the power to teach and demonstrate only love. So right here in this temporary classroom called the earth, you have the opportunity to do whatever any master has the opportunity to do. Because you have the same power that any master has. You have the same power that any spiritual master has. What is that power that you have, that any spiritual master has? What is the power that you have that any spiritual master has? You hold the power to teach only love. Guess what? You hold the power to teach only love. Say it. I have the power to teach only love. I have the power to teach only love. I have the power to teach only love. You have the power to teach only love. I hold the power to teach only love. And guess what? You hold the power to teach only love. You have the same power that any master has. In this temporary classroom called the earth you hold the power to teach only love. I hold the power to teach only love. You have the power to teach only love. Teach only love, for that is what you are. Teach only love, for that is what you are. Teach only love, for that is what you are. Teach only love, for that is what you are. Teach only love, for that is what you are. And what you teach, do you know that what you teach, you must necessarily and immediately learn? Whatever you teach, you must necessarily and immediately learn. So why do I teach the way of mastery? Why do I teach A Course in Miracles? Why have I been teaching for almost 40 years? Because I know that I will immediately and necessarily learn whatever I teach. And to teach is to demonstrate. To teach isn't about words alone. To teach is to demonstrate. So what you demonstrate, that's what you immediately learn. And perception is learning. So you perceive the way you've learned to perceive. So what you demonstrate, you're going to perceive, because perception is learning. How you perceive things, it's based on how you have learned to see things. Therefore, what is it that you need to learn well? You need to learn to observe the mind. You need to learn to observe the mind. So what do? You go, what am I really desiring? What is it that I am really desiring? Ask yourself that question right now. What am I really desiring? What is it that I really desire? I'm going to be honest with myself. What is it that I really desire? What is it that I really desire? What is it that I really desire? What is it that you really want? What is it that you really desire? What are you really desiring? And I'm going to open this up in a few minutes for an opportunity for questions around what we're talking about. And I'll get a chance to interact with you. But listen, you need to learn well to observe your mind. Learn well to observe the mind. Learn well to observe your mind. What are you really desiring? Ask yourself, what am I really desiring? 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 Not, what do I wish I were desiring? But, what am I really desiring? Remembering that everything, guess what, is a neutral event. Everything is a neutral event. Everything is a neutral event. Everything is a neutral event. What does that mean? It means everything is just a learning experience. Everything in the world is just a learning experience. Everything that you are experiencing is a learning experience. Every single thing that you are experiencing right now is a learning experience. That relationship, your spiritual awareness, what you perceive to be your financial or health or career or relationship situation, it's a learning experience. You're just getting up in the morning and you're having a day of learning experiences. And then all through the evening, you're having learning experiences. Even in the bed where you are asleep at night, you are having a learning experience. You're having a learning experience. So what are you really desiring? What are you really desiring? Everything is a neutral event. It's just a learning experience. Everything is a neutral event. It's just a learning experience. Everything is a neutral event. It's just a learning experience. Everything is a neutral event. It's just a learning experience. So, I'm going to take a moment here, take a few minutes to respond to any questions that you may have about what we're talking about. Looking at some of the comments, Diana says, I feel that love being demonstrated in your lovely voice, Raj. Thank you. Thank you. I would love for my voice to be a healing voice. Everything is a neutral event. Everything is just a temporary learning experience. These are comments. Everything is a learning experience. Even in sleep, we are having a learning experience. Lisa says, I am having a learning experience. Everything is a neutral event, just a learning experience. Are there any questions? Are there any questions about what I've covered so far before I go on? If there is, put a big capital Q so I'll be able to tell it really quick from the rest of the comments and respond to the question. If not, I will keep on going. Alita says, I want peace, and I will have peace when peace is all I want. That is, peace is within me. That's right. Peace is not outside of you. And what you desire is what you're going to perceive. So the person that has peace is the person that 100% desires peace. That's the person that has peace. Is the one that desires peace above all else. Someone that wants peace above all else is the person that will ultimately have peace. And that's right, Mark. God is the creator. We are made in God's image, which means we are creators. So the first step in creation is desire, and desire is good. Why do other belief systems say you should have no desire? Well, other belief systems, I believe, are saying that to those who need to have no desire. See, the thing that we forget sometimes is that the curriculum this is an individualized curriculum. So that means you are on your own personal path to the truth. And maybe because of what your soul has experienced, this is a time where you need to not focus on desire. But those of us who are attracted to the way of mastery, it's obvious that it is telling us what to desire, and that for us, desire would be a beautiful thing. Question, Diana says, how can I determine what I really desire? Like real, for real. What you really desire, one of the easiest ways to tell what you really desire is to let the higher power tell you what it is you really desire. See, the way of mastering the Course in Miracles and other spiritual teachings, they are trying to tell us what it is if we are the ones who are supposed to tune into desire, then it's saying we should what? Desire to be a conduit for love. We should desire peace. We should desire oneness. We should desire to know our true identity. We should desire. That's what we really desire. We really, really desire love. And we really, really desire to know. What if you don't want peace? If you don't want peace, then you will experience everything else but peace. So you would be someone that would be experiencing a lot of conflict, a lot of fear, a lot of anger, a lot of guilt. Because if I don't want peace, then I have to experience the opposite of peace. Because there's only peace or conflict. There's only love or fear. Jim says, my path is my own way home and no one else's. That's why it's important for you not to compare your spiritual path to somebody else's spiritual path. And also remember that your spiritual path is going to inspire you. It's going to turn you on. It's going to motivate you. Wow, I'm ready to give myself permission to desire, is what Kathy says. I allow myself to open the desired door. Don't forget what the Way of Mastery and other truth books are telling us. They're telling us the desires of our true self, not the desire of the ego. See, the part of us that's been programmed by the world, its desires are always about something that is temporary, something that does not last. It desires something outside of itself, thinking that happiness always comes from something on the outside. So the true desire, a true desire, is what connects us to the awareness of our Creator. So instead of getting into that challenge about, do I desire, do I not desire? You know what? If you get turned on by desiring, if desiring moves you, if desiring motivates you, well then obviously desire is a good thing for you. So the only question is, what is it that you really desire? And then the Way of Mastery says, well, what you should desire is to be totally free. What you should desire is to know your oneness with all that is. That's a smart desire, which is the desire to know your innocence, your sinlessness, your guiltlessness, the love that you feel. Okay, I'm going to go on now to the next paragraph. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for sharing. So, are you ready, mighty companions? Let's go to the next part that starts with separation. And just like you say, Nicola, I think that's the name, true perception. You know, that's what I desire. Like if people ask me, what is it that you desire? Well, what I desire is to know myself as God created me. What I desire is to know myself as totally free. What I desire is to know my eternal nature. What I desire is to know my oneness with God. These are the desires that will never let you down. These are the desires that will bring joy and will bring everything else you're focusing in on. So just you want to focus in on what is it that the Way of Mastery is telling us, that the name of the game is to know that you are totally free. And what you should desire is to remember that you're totally free. And what you should desire is to seize time and to use time as an opportunity to remind yourself and everyone else of your freedom. See, that's the beauty of the Way of Mastery. That's the beauty of A Course in Miracles and other spiritual teachings. They give us the ideas that we should be focusing in on that would really bring us the peace and the fulfillment that we want. That's why it focuses, if you will notice, true spiritual texts, they focus more on the content of your mind and heart than on anything physical outside of yourself. Because it said, the world is neutral. Everything in the world is neutral. A television is not good. A television isn't bad. It's how you want to use it. A car isn't good. A car isn't bad. It's whether you're going to use it for freedom or whether or not you're going to use it for some form of limitation. So things really don't matter. It's okay to want things. It's fine. But the true test is, am I going to use this thing as a means for joy and freedom and happiness? Or am I going to use this physical thing to give me a lot of conflict and a lot of fear? So a consciously evolving being is a being that's recognizing that they really just want to be a conduit for the higher power, love, to work through, to shine through, to express in this world, because you're not going to come up with anything that could bring you more joy and more satisfaction than your higher power can bring you. There's not a thing you can think of that's going to give you more happiness than that which your Creator can give you through you. That's what a smart being realizes. It's like, just like Rhonda says, today, to develop more peace, I ask my ego to work with me as a harmonious complementary part of me that is aware that I am always safe. If that gave you peace to ask your ego to work with you in that way, then that is what you should do. I'm going to keep saying, the ego is the part of me that thinks it's separate from God. That part of me that thinks it's separate from God is the part of me that needs to be taught that it's not separate from God. So you don't attack your ego, you don't try to control your ego, but you don't use your ego's advice. The ego's advice is going to always be something that produces exactly what we heard just a minute ago. If you're listening to your ego, that's the voice that's going to say something fearful to you, something doubtful to you. Because remember, this is not talking about about Freud's or the psychology description of ego. This is totally different. In the way of mastery, the ego is defined as a part of the mind that has fearful thoughts, doubt, judgment, the need to be right, the need to make others wrong, the need to believe that there is some power outside of itself. That is the way of masteries in the Course in Miracles definition of the ego. And that particular ego is not one that you want to listen to. You want to focus on the part of your mind that desires love and the connection to love. Okay. So let's go to the next paragraph. Great. Here we go. Separation does not exist. Separation doesn't exist. The truth is true always. The truth is true always. Death is unreal. I want to tell you all something, and listen very carefully. Don't put anything I say or any other teacher say or any other book or anything before the feelings of your own being. But also keep in mind that if the instruction is coming from your real self, if the ideas and the thoughts are coming from your true self, you will feel safe, you will feel happy, joyful, more peaceful, you will feel more abundant, and you will feel more free. So if you're not feeling more peace, then whatever you're listening to, I would say, is not your true self. And that's one easy way to tell when you're listening to your ego, the wrong voice, is that when you're feeling any form of lack of peace, then you're listening to your ego. When you listen to the God and the love in you, God's answer is always some form of peace. Keep it simple, sweetheart. Remember, KISS. Keep it simple, sweetheart. Don't make it complicated. Keep it simple, sweetheart. That is KISS. Keep it simple, sweetheart. Don't complicate very profound, simple principles. If you're feeling like crap, you're listening to the wrong voice. If you're insecure and afraid and angry and suspicious, you're listening to the wrong voice. If you think you have to be right, even when you're wrong, you're listening to the wrong voice. Separation does not exist. The truth is true always. Death is unreal. Death is, every time you listen to the news and you hear about someone dying, a conscious being reminds themselves that death is unreal, that there is not a soul that has ever died, but there have been souls who have laid the body down, but that doesn't mean you die. When you lay the body down, that doesn't mean that you are dead. Because you're not in a body, it doesn't mean that you are dead. Listen to me. Death is unreal. Death is unreal because you are pure spirit. You are pure spirit. Time is just a context. You are pure spirit. Time is just a context. The world is harmless. You may not believe it. You may not see it that way. But do you know the world is harmless? I don't care what you see on the paper. I don't care what you have experienced in the past. The world is harmless. You cannot be a victim. 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 You are free. You are free. You cannot be a victim. You cannot be a victim. You are free. You are free. So what's cool about us being on here live is that we can share the truth together. We can tell ourselves the truth together. So those of you who want to get in the groove, say it to yourself. I cannot be a victim. 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 You 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 cannot be a victim. I 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 am free. 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 I cannot be a victim. I am free. I cannot be a victim. I am free. I cannot be a victim. I cannot be a victim. I cannot be a victim. I am free. I cannot be a victim. I am free. We cannot be victims. We cannot be victims. We are free. 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 We cannot be a victim. We are free. We are free. The atonement is over. The atonement is over. The healing is over. The payment is done. The ascension is completed. The ascension is completed. The ascension is completed. Once you get the message, get on with it. Once you get the message, get on with it. How do you get on with it? The ones that you have gotten the message. Well, you get on with it by choosing to bring that reality of love into the dance of shadow called this world. Choose to bring the reality of that freedom into this world. What good does it do to pray for freedom in the future? What good does it do? What good does it do to pray for freedom in the not yet? Don't you know the future means the not yet? Every time you say the word future, say not yet. Because future means not yet. And the past means gone. The past means over. The past means gone. So do you want your freedom in the not yet? What? I say, do you want your freedom in the not yet? That's what, when you want anything in the future, you're saying, I want it in the not yet, instead of having it right now. What good does it do to pray for freedom in the not yet? What does it do to pray for freedom in anything or anything you want in the not yet? What does it do? What good does it do? What good does it do to pray for freedom in the future? In the future, it is everything to abide in freedom now. It is everything to abide in freedom now. It is everything to abide when? I want to abide in freedom right now. What does it do to pray for freedom in the future? What good does it do to pray for abundance in the future? What good does it do to pray for love in the not yet? Happiness in the not yet. Ask for it now, I want it right now. Because the present is the point of power. My present is my point of power. The present is the point of power. What good does it do to pray for the future? What does it do to pray for something in the not yet? It is everything to live in freedom right now. It is everything to abide in freedom right now. One last thing about desire. Would you like to hear one last thing about desire? The egoic mind, the frightened mind, the fearful mind, the separated mind, the mind that thinks it's guilty, the ego mind, the egoic mind is made up of attraction, aversion. The egoic mind is made up of judgment, either acceptance or aversion or hatred even. The egoic mind is made up of attraction, aversion, judgment, either acceptance or aversion or hatred even. For example, there is right and that is wrong. This is good, that is bad. The ego mind goes, this is right, that is wrong, this is good, that is bad, that is right, that's wrong, this is good, that is bad, this is right, that is wrong, this is good, that is bad. That's what the fearful ego mind always says. What? That is right, that is wrong, this is good, that is bad. That's what the ego mind always says. What is it that you need to be willing to embrace? What is it that you must be willing to embrace? What is it that you must be willing to embrace and accept? Be willing to embrace and accept the results of what you have desired. What does that mean? When you dip your spoon into your ice cream, enjoy it. When you walk down the street, enjoy it. When you're riding in a car, enjoy it. When you go to a movie, enjoy it. Whenever you're with a friend that you love, enjoy it. Enjoy the results of what you have desired. Embrace it. Embrace it as the effects of your desire. For instance, when you buy an automobile and it breaks down, train yourself to embrace it. When something breaks down, train yourself to embrace it and enjoy it. Oh, I have a flat tire. I need to train myself to enjoy a flat tire. Oh, it looks like I got laid off. I need to train myself to embrace it. It looked like my relationship ended. I need to train myself to embrace it. Whatever happens, I need to train myself to embrace it. I need to train myself to enjoy it. Just like the ice cream. Why should you train yourself to embrace whatever happens? Well, the reason why you need to... Thank you, Jim, for asking people to embrace me. I appreciate that so much. Love you, brother. I love all of you. You are my brothers and sisters in Christ and awakening and truth. And I'm so glad that we have each other, especially in this temporary classroom, in this illusion that we're in. If your ego mind judges things as right or wrong, if you judge the ice cream as good, but the breaking down of the car is bad. What mind holds power over you? Are you free in that moment? It's your egoic mind, your ego mind, that judges things as right or wrong. If you judge the ice cream as good and the breaking down of the car is bad, what part of your mind holds power over you? Are you free in that moment? What should you do? Instead, embrace and enjoy it. My car just broke down. Oh, but there's such a beautiful sunset. My car broke down, but woo, the weather feels so good today. My car broke down, but the sky is so beautiful. I think I might as well sit here and let the stars come out. After all, I really wasn't going anywhere anyway. Do you know that mind is everything? Mind is everything. That means if you truly desire more than believing in Christ, if you desire more than believing in the true self, you must assume responsibility. If you want to go beyond just believing in love, believing in God, wanting to believe in the Christ within you, the way of mastery says you must assume responsibility. What is it that you must assume responsibility for? You must assume responsibility for transforming the mind. You must assume responsibility for transforming the mind. How do you transform your mind? 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 You transform your mind by using your very ordinary moments in which to see differently. So how do I transform my mind? By using every moment to see things differently. I transform my mind by using every moment to see things differently. I transform my mind by using every moment as an opportunity to see things differently. And as you reshape what? As you reshape how you use the mind, as you reshape how you use the mind in every moment, as you reshape how you're using your mind every moment, you will come to taste profound freedom as you reshape how you use your mind in every moment. You will come to taste profound freedom, a freedom that will carry you instantly far beyond the things of space and time. How do you go far beyond the things of space and time? You go beyond the things of space and time that pass away. You go beyond the things of space and time that pass away as you reshape how you use the mind in every moment. As you reshape how you use the mind in every moment, you will come to taste profound freedom as you reshape how you use the mind in every single moment. Then you will taste profound freedom, a freedom that will carry you instantly far beyond the things of space and time. They will seem to be arising within you and passing away within you. Universes rising and passing away within your holy, innocent mind of Christ, the mind of love, the mind of God within you. That is the greatest gift that's been given to you. So what are you worthy of desiring the most? What are you worthy of desiring the most? Do you know you will indeed discover and create your pathway? You will indeed discover and create your pathway to your own consummate awakening, you will indeed discover and create your pathway to your own consummate awakening. There is no end to the mind of God. There is no end to the mind of God. There is no end to the mind of love. There is no end to the mind of love. You will abide forever within the mind of God. You will abide forever within the mind of God, like one who abides in an infinite forest. You will abide forever within the mind of God, like one who abides in an infinite forest. Why not be at play in the kingdom? Why not be at play? Why don't you play? Why don't you play? Why don't you play? Why don't you play? Play, 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 play. There is no end to the mind of love. You will live forever in the mind of love, like one who lives in an infinite forest. Why not be at play in the kingdom? Enjoy your exercises. Enjoy these exercises. Have fun with these exercises. Play with these exercises. And as you do these exercises, as you enjoy these exercises, as you play with these exercises, do you know what's going to happen? Do you know what's going to happen as you play with these exercises and enjoy these exercises and do these exercises? Do you know what's going to happen? You will taste a deepening remembrance of the truth that is true always. As you do this, you're going to experience the truth, the love that is true always. So, my mighty companions, and so I want you to be therefore at peace. And again and again and again and again and again and again, we extend our thankfulness to you for setting aside the roar and din of the world to abide with us in this way. Our invisible brothers and sisters, our invisible teachers are saying to you and me, be you therefore at peace. And we extend our thankfulness to you. We are your invisible brothers and sisters, and we extend our thankfulness to you for having set aside the world to abide with us in this way. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. We extend our thankfulness to you for having set aside the roar and din of the world to abide with us in this way. For for you see, communication is the great joy, Communication is the great joy of the aspect of the sonship who choose to come together. We choose to come together. We choose to come together to delight. We choose to come together to delight. We choose to come together to delight in remembering the truth. We have come together. We have chosen to come together. Don't you see that? That's why the live broadcasts are so powerful to me, because in real time we are coming together, and you are coming together with brothers and sisters from all over the world, with literally thousands of brothers and sisters watch and listen to these broadcasts. And we are coming together. We are coming together right now to delight in remembering the truth. We are coming together to have fun and to play and to enjoy in remembering the truth. Therefore, it is our delight to create communication devices to join with you You have a saying in your world, it takes two to tango. That's a saying that you have in your world. It takes two to tango. Thank you for joining with us. Our invisible brothers and sisters are saying to us, thank you for joining with us. Thank you for joining with us. Thank you for joining with us. Thank you for joining with us in this celebratory dance, Thank you for joining with us in this dance that remembers the truth. Thank you for joining with us in this celebratory dance that remembers the truth. Thank you for joining with us. Go then in peace. Go then in peace. Go then in peace. Amen. Amen. Go in peace. Thank you. Thank you for joining with us in this celebratory dance that remembers the truth. Mighty companions, I'm going to do a quick recap. Oh, that felt so good. That's always like a spiritual shower when I do these classes. It just cleanses everything from the day. I hope it does the same for you. If you like and feel moved and inspired and would like to make a financial expression of appreciation, I would greatly appreciate it. Go to my website, Earl Purdy, PURDY.com, earlpurdy.com. I am available. I work with people on a one-on-one as an advisor, consulting, a mentor, a coach. If you want to master these disciplines and you want to go deeper into it and you want to save you some time and you want to take advantage of a person that's been fulfilling that function as best he can for almost 40 years, that's me. And listen to me, you don't have an original problem. I promise you that whatever you think you're going through, there's an answer already for you. You don't have original problems. You're not that special that you're having any kind of concern or problem in your perception that doesn't already have an answer that's available to you from the Way of Mastery, Course in Miracles, and also from my insight the Spirit gives me through practicing astrology and numerology for over 40 years. There are answers available. I do clarity sessions. Go to my website, earlpurdy.com, and it tells you all about my services and what I offer. Have a one-on-one with me. Don't continue to suffer needlessly from something that you could get support and help in changing. Be willing to invest in yourself. My next Facebook Live 7 p.m. Mountain Time class is the Hardcore Course in Miracles on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, and A Course in Miracles on Sundays at 1 p.m. Mountain Time. And of course, the Way of Mastery every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Pretty soon I'm going to start having some more private, personal, in-depth classes that are interactive on Zoom. These will be private, personal classes working with groups of people, going deeper. And I'll be telling you more about that because I have a lot to share that I can share, and I want to share with people who want to go to the next level with me and invest in that. I'm excited. So it's at on the Earl Purdy page on Facebook. That's where you can watch my videos, on the Earl Purdy page on Facebook. So I want to thank all of you who have been making incredible comments tonight. And like Jim says, well, I now have even more tools. I will to embrace this seeming opposite of abundance. I will to reshape and dance with joy, the reshaping of my thoughts to only and always see only love, joy, happiness, and abundance coming at me from my true source, the love of God, which surrounds me always, no matter what I think or believe. Right on, Jim. Right on, right on. God, I love it when we comment. So let's do a quick review. How about it? And Lori, good to see you on here also. All right, here we go. What is the whole game? What is the whole game? It says that we need to know what the game is. We need to know what the game is. What are you really desiring? 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 Learn well to observe the mind. What are you really desiring? What are you really desiring? Seize the opportunity. Seize the opportunity to discipline the mind. Your mind is still identified with the realm of illusion. You have to decide to seize time. Is an opportunity. Time is an opportunity. Time is an opportunity to become totally free. Do you know that you need to decide to seize the opportunity to discipline your mind so that your mind comes to be identified with the stream of the Christ mind? When you awaken and realize that the truth is true always, you will never complain another moment. When you wake up and realize that this truth that we are studying is always true. You have the power to decide differently. You have the power to decide differently. You have the power to decide differently. Listen to me. The whole game is simply this. You are totally free. You are totally free right here and right now. You are totally free. You are totally free. You are totally free right here and right now. You cannot do anything to become free. You can only remember your freedom by how you choose to use the mind in any moment. You can only remember your freedom by how you choose to use the mind in any moment. You are merely here in this temporary classroom. You're in a temporary classroom. You have an opportunity. You have an opportunity to do what any master in any dimension can do, because you have the same power as any master. You have the same power as any master. You hold the power to teach only love. Teach only love. Teach only love. And what you teach, you immediately learn. What you teach, you 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 learn. What are you really desiring? What are you really desiring? What are you really desiring? This is a learning experience. A learning experience. Everything is a neutral event. It is just a learning experience, a learning experience. Be willing to embrace. Be willing to accept the results of what you have desired. Embrace it, whatever you are experiencing as an effect of your desire, even if you don't recognize it. Even if something seems to go wrong, breaks down, train yourself to embrace it and enjoy it, just like the ice cream. It's only the ego that judges everything as bad or good. So just embrace it. Try to enjoy it. Transforming the mind. How do you transform your mind? How do you transform your mind? By using your very ordinary moments in which to see differently. Tell yourself, I am determined to see things differently. As you reshape how you use the mind in every moment, you will come to taste profound freedom. A freedom that will carry you. It's time for you to experience a freedom that will carry you instantly, far beyond the things of space and time. There is no end to the mind of God. You will forever live in the mind of God, like one who lives in an infinite forest of love. Why not be at play in the kingdom? Why not be at play in the kingdom? Enjoy your exercises. Enjoy these exercises in the way of mastery. And as you do these exercises in the way of mastery, you will taste a deepening remembrance of the truth that is true always. Communication is the great joy. Communication is our great joy. We've chosen, we're so cool. We've chosen to come. We've chosen to come together to delight in remembering the truth. We've chosen to come together to delight in remembering the truth. We've come together to delight in remembering the truth. We've come together to delight in remembering the truth. We've come together to delight in remembering the truth. We've come together. We've come together. So let's go in peace. Let's go in peace. Let's go in peace. Whew. Wow, you all are my saviors. You're so freaking cool. I love you. Thank you. Share this video. Let's grow our mighty companions. Thank you. I love you. May the way of mastery, may this course be with you. Mwah. Love you. See you next time.